Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Really do appreciate your time. Tonight we are talking about the disappearance of Kada Scott, who is 23 years old from Philadelphia. We're going to be walking through everything that we know right now, the breaking developments that they have found, and the red flag investigators are following. It's not looking good at this point, but we are not going to lose hope until we know something. Kada Scott is 23 years old. She's described as 5'6", 120 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. We're going to talk about all of everything we know on the other side of this.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is October 13th, 2025. It is currently 12:22 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello. It was a little more than 10 minutes, I'll say. I said I would be back in 10 minutes. I kind of got busy watching something and researching with something. But we are here nonetheless. Hello, everyone. Sherry, Roswell, Sue, Yvette, Retro, Bo, Linda, um, Andrea, Sue, Donna, Sarah, Pink, Leslie. Good to see you all, everyone in here. Nice, Marie. I don't know about this case to do a poll. Well, did she really? Is that confirmed, Marie? Hold on. 1 second, I'll tell you. Is that true? I just text someone that will know 100%. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. I'm not going to get sidetracked. Um, let me know what you say, though, in the comments below. It is butterflies. Yes. Yes, it is. Guys, do me a favor before we get started. If you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up button. Would greatly, greatly appreciate that. This needs to get out. There is a 23-year-old woman missing. And for those of you that don't know who I'm speaking about, I will show you right here. Beautiful 23-year-old. Oh, the one that donated the bench on PG, sorry to say, creator. Hold on. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Okay. That's I vaguely remember who you're talking about. Nice, Marie. But yeah. So this is beautiful 23-year-old Kada Scott. She is missing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, under very mysterious uh, suspicions. She's 5'6", 120 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. She lived in Mount Airy or East Mount Airy area in the Philadelphia, right in Philadelphia, and was last seen Saturday, October 4th. Today is the 13th. At 9:45 p.m., she left her home at 8300 block on Rodney Street. And to go to her shift at the Terrace at Chestnut Hill. It is a senior living facility. She was assisted care facility at 495 East Abington Avenue. Now, I'm going to tell you what happened and all that. So she just started working there about 2 weeks prior to her going missing. And she was going through college, and that was a way to, make extra money, pay for college, that kind of thing. She was a beauty queen. Naturally, she's stunning, absolutely stunning. And Kada arrived at work in her car, right? At some point before her shift ended, she left work. And I use that left work. But she did not leave her car. Her vehicle remained parked at the facility. There are no cameras at the facility. None. No cameras at the facility. Okay? Her phone has not pinged and is presumed dead, and there has been no activity on her social media or digital devices since her disappearance. In the days before Kada vanished, she told friends and family she was receiving harassing phone calls from unknown individuals. Investigators recently expanded the search in, I think it's Awbury, I'm pretty sure. Okay, Awbury Arboretum at a 55-acre wooded property about 3 miles from her last known location, including grid searches, cadaver dogs, drones, forensic teams, and more. They recovered some clothing like items in that area, though it is not confirmed at this time, at least, that those items belong to her. The facility where she worked, again, did not have any surveillance cameras to capture her arrival, departure, or any movement. Police have publicly stated that while they have not conclusively declared foul play, this case, quote, has signs that this person wasn't voluntary voluntarily missing, end quote. Given all that, the investigators consider this a troubling missing persons case, right? And the red flags and all of that that they're watching, obviously the car was left behind at her workplace. Someone doesn't just leave their car behind unless something is forced to, right? So in Canada, cameras everywhere except residence rooms. It usually is here, Retro. It's just crazy. We're going to get into that, Michelle. We got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Um, she was known to be very, very active on social media. No phone, no social activity, uh, and it's going dark is highly unusual for her. The harassing calls that she told some friends, it suggests that someone knew her, was potentially monitoring her, or was trying to intimidate her, right? So the lack of surveillance, the workplace lacking cameras, it's obviously a huge investigation handicap, right? Looks like she was taken, in my opinion. Uh, very much, it's very possible, Green Eyes. Very possible. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Now, she did clock in, go into work. They just don't know when she left. She didn't tell anybody she left or anything, right? Um, and then they search in the wooded area. We're going to get into that. A move to check the remote terrains often implies investigators believe that she may have moved, been moved rather, or forced into an area not easily visible, right? Because it's a wooded area that they were checking. And just the public statement, right? This doesn't seem voluntary. They're not calling it foul play yet, but they're saying it, they're indicating that it doesn't seem voluntary. Police, as you know, that they don't throw around that very lightly when they say something like that. And these are all kind of signs and signals that this might not be a runaway or a walk away or did this voluntarily on her own. Um, Now, Kata's family and friends, they have been amazing and relentless in the search for their daughter, their friend, siblings, all that, right? They've been distributing flyers, they've been doing vigils, um, all kinds of news, all that, right? The Northwest detectives in Philadelphia police are leading this investigation. The deputy commissioner Frank Venor has been actively coordinating in the search area that they were at. They've mobilized uh, cadets, canine units, drones, forensic, and crime scene teams. And from what I have heard now, the FBI is now Kelly, good to see you. Stickler, good to see you. Mama Dukes, Pink, everyone. FBI is now assisting, right? Phone is not connecting if you see this. I think it was maybe a mistext, like, when it's supposed to text something else. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. I just wanted to run that by you guys before we kind of got into all of this. Okay, here we go. It's not good, guys. Not good at all. All right, here we go.
And Kada Scott today. The 23-year-old went missing over the weekend while working an overnight shift. Police turned to the public for information surrounding her disappearance yesterday as family members are increasingly concerned about her well-being. Action News reporter Taronda Thomas live in the neighborhood this afternoon with more on the search today. Taronda.
Well, Brian, you can't go too far here in Mount Airy without seeing a picture of Kada Scott. Her face is on posters and flyers that are posted up across this area. The 23-year-old was last seen at about 10 o'clock on Saturday night. Police have used canines, helicopters to search for her, and today her family began their own search. A desperate search for answers. Chopper 6 flying overhead as community members and loved ones of Kada Scott canvassed Mount Airy looking for information that could lead them to the missing 23-year-old.
It's been horrible. I just want my daughter to come home.
Her mother understandably worried after Scott did not return home Sunday morning from her overnight shift at this assisted living facility, the Terrace.
I know, right? Sure, I was thinking the same thing. It doesn't seem like it would be very difficult to get phone records and see who was harassing her. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Like, that should be pretty damn easy, you would think. Unless they were using, like, I don't know. Trying to think, unless they were like using a VoIP number, maybe. I don't know.
At Chestnut Hill.
But still, they
Police
should be able
say
to
shortly
check.
after arriving at work Saturday night, she left and has not been heard from since. The facility where Scott works does not have
I don't like the term that she left either, personally. We don't know she left, in my opinion. Right? She might have been. She was taken. I don't like the term left.
surveillance cameras. Her car was found still parked at work with no activity on her phone or social media accounts.
She never came home. I was calling, it went straight to voicemail.
A cause for even more concern. Scott had reported being harassed just a few days before disappearing. Friends and family covering the area with flyers of Scott, who is a Penn State grad. Police say they have gotten some new tips that they're looking into now, hoping to find her.
Please, if you have children,
Yeah,
just think of your children. I just need somebody just to help. Even if you don't think it wouldn't help, just anything will help at this point.
Kada Scott was last seen wearing black scrubs. She's about 5'6", thin build, around 120 pounds. If you have any information, contact Philadelphia Police. You can leave an anonymous tip by calling the tip line at 215-686-TIPS. In Mount Airy, Taronda Thomas, Channel 6 Action News. Sarah?
Yeah, hopefully they get some direction on this. Taronda, thank you.
Now, this story is blowing up, and rightly so, because she needs to be found, plain and simple. She lives like less than a mile and a half from where she worked, which is, really, really close. Really, really close. Now, this is where we're going to be. Oh, do I got it pulled up? No, wrong one. Okay. This is where we're going to, they're talking about foul play. Not good. Not good.
Or mental health?
Okay. Are you saying I need some hair plugs? Like everyone's saying. There we go. Remy's pulled out my hair, y'all. We're almost there.
Your health goals. Get started today at hims.com.
Breaking right now at noon on CBS News Philadelphia. New evidence in the search for a missing woman in Philadelphia leads police to Awbury Arboretum. Right now, they're combing through the area for any signs of 23-year-old Kada Scott. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jim Donovan.
I mean, it is interesting, Roswell. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to point fingers or anything because I have no idea in this. But, you know, I would check the people that was off that night. Perhaps. She had only worked there 2 weeks. Did she get in any sort of squabble or anything with any of the other employees? There was a friend of the family that came in here, and they said perhaps an ex. I don't know. It was just something that they put out there. Don't know who the ex is. Hello, darling. Good to see you, Shasha. They knew they weren't cameras, in my opinion. Clearly, someone was paying
Police
attention.
have been very concerned about this missing
Very much.
23-year-old woman. She was being harassed online ahead of her disappearance. She was last seen leaving work Saturday at an assisted living facility called the Terrace at Chestnut Hill. Right now, police are about 3 miles away at Awbury Arboretum in East Germantown. CBS News Philadelphia investigative reporter Joe Holden is live at the scene. So, Joe, I know you've been talking to your sources all morning long. What have you learned?
Well, Jim, you know what? Troubling to say that police are now very much considering the aspect of foul play as their investigation is now center stage in Awbury Arboretum, which is behind me. Let's focus on Ardley Street first. It is shut down at Washington Lane, where there is a massive law enforcement presence. In fact, you see buses and
I mean, I think that there's a reason they're focusing on this area. This is a wooded area. I don't know if it's a park. Any locals in here? Is this a park? Let me look at this. Because if it's a park, it's definitely wooded, right? And that's not good. 1 second. Arbury. Let's see here what this place is. All right. This is what it shows right here when I typed in this area. So it looks like, I mean, look at this area. This is, you see the green? All of the green is okay. Yeah. All beautiful area, right? And this would be something in such a populated, yeah, it's like botanical trees and all of that, right? So if you were going to take someone in a place like Philly where there's a lot of people, you're going to take someone to a park or where there is not a lot of eyes, right? Now this was, I'm trying to remember what time it was. 9:45. She left home and she's supposed to be there at 10 o'clock. And she was. But what got her to walk out that door again? What could someone have said to get her to walk out that door again? That's what I want to know. Right? You're inside. and let's say you get a phone call while you're at work, and they say, did they say, pretend to be something like there's an accident at home, this is the hospital, this is the morgue, this is, you need to leave, something like that? A guy she met dating app? Where'd you hear that, baby kisses? Wonder who saw her walk out the door. If nobody saw her. Nobody saw her walk out the door. I never used her location to track her down, but I think she is in a stage where she lives. Oh, you're just guessing. Gotcha. Someone could be hiding a facility. Butterflies. I don't think she smoked or vaped. I mean, she could have, but I don't think she did. I mean, something I feel important enough to not say. I mean, I feel important enough to not say I'll be right back yet. Right. I mean, she did not say to anyone that she was leaving. Maybe she left something in her car. I mean, it's possible, but whoever this was, she was concerned. She'd gotten those calls.
Vans behind me. That signals all of the Philadelphia police recruits who have showed up to this area to do what is known as a grid search. If we go further down the intersection here, Nate is my photographer, and you see officers and recruits coming out from the tape line there. They have concluded their grid search in this part. They are looking for what a deputy commissioner described as any evidence that can assist them in this investigation for that 23-year-old missing woman, Kada Scott. Now, this is a 55-acre property, so there is a lot of work to do. Police would not tell me if they've interviewed any person.
Someone said she had a fitness channel. Michelle did. Again, I know she was a beauty queen. Did they check the residence room? They checked everything, from what I understand.
Persons of interest in Kada's disappearance. Now, we see Kada on your screen there. She was last seen a week ago.
My last live, I showed pictures of the inside of this facility. It's a really nice facility. Beautiful pool and all that. Yeah, it's 55 acres. It's big. They did find some alleged either articles of clothing or parts of articles of clothing, and they have not said if it is Kada's or not yet, but they are definitely checking that out.
Tomorrow night, shortly after arriving for her shift at an assisted living facility in Chestnut Hill. She was at work for a brief period of time, and that's it. That's the last trace of her, according to police. Her workplace 3 miles from where this search is underway right now. Police wouldn't say how long their investigation may take here. They did locate some clothes, but police have not made any definitive conclusions if they're connected to the investigation. Earlier this week, police said Kada Scott had been harassed by...
Great question, Mini Panthers, and that's kind of... I don't know if it started before or after. I can only say that she had worked there 2 weeks, and she had recently said that she was getting some calls that made her very uncomfortable. I don't think she knew who it was. With someone that's, well, I mean, anybody really, but like particularly a beautiful woman like herself that has a channel, especially being a beauty queen, people can get obsessed, right? They can get obsessed with a beautiful woman like that, and you don't even know it. You don't even know. So there's that. Thank you so much, Minnie. Thank you, Chant. Good to see you, my friend. Social media platform, gotcha. Sassy, okay? You okay, Sassy? Hold on. Hey, Carol. Good to see you, Cassie. Pink Roses, Retro, Roswell. Good to see you, love. All right.
Someone. I asked police if they've been able to identify who that person may be. A deputy commissioner said he wouldn't comment on any possible interviews.
Hold on.
Now, police wouldn't say how long just interviewed any persons of interest in Kada's disappearance. Now, we see Kada on your screen there. She was last seen a week ago tomorrow night, shortly after arriving for her shift at an assisted living facility in Chestnut Hill. She was at work for a brief period of time, and that's it. That's the last trace of her, according to police. Her workplace 3 miles from where this search is underway right now. Police wouldn't say how long their investigation may take here. They did locate some clothes, but police have not made any definitive conclusions if they're connected to the investigation. Earlier this week, police said Kada Scott had been harassed by someone. I asked police if they've been able to identify who that person may be. A deputy commissioner said he wouldn't comment on any possible interviews the department has conducted. Let's go.
They won't comment on any interviews. It's not a no. Right? They're definitely, in my opinion, interviewing someone. I mean, like someone said earlier in chat, it is a very basic thing to just check who's been calling her. If she's been receiving these strange calls, they'll figure out whose phone that was. Stat. Right? Her leaving right after getting into work is very sus. Yeah. She's very responsible. I mean, the world was her oyster. She has, I'll say at this point, everything in front of her. She's got brains, she's got beauty, right? She's hardworking, she's very driven. She's going to college and working. I don't know.
But here now from Deputy Commissioner Frank Venor.
23-year-old who, you know, is a social media person, as we hear. She disappeared off social media, so it's concerning. You know, any young people today, they can't live without having a phone in their hand. So that's a concern. You left her car behind. It's certainly something that's not usual of somebody who's missing voluntarily.
Just moments ago, those recruits from the Philadelphia Police Department came right up to this fence line. It is unclear if they could technically say the area is cleared. We're going to have to check in with our sources. I also spoke to Kada's mom just yesterday. She was providing me information on numerous searches and tips that police had been sharing with her. I reached out a short time ago, and I'm waiting to hear back on what information she may have. Of course, a very, very difficult situation for the family as well as for the neighbors. They are very concerned, and they're very much aware of this investigation. They've watched.
Phone was not left in the car. Phone was not left in the car. She had her phone with her, and by the time she was off that property, or close to being off that property, you know, not too far being off the property, it was cut. Oh, really, Sherry? I'll have to watch that. She graduated from Penn State in 2023, working to pay college debt. Unless it was a burner. Yeah, but even with like a burner, I think they can probably track where it was bought. If you buy something at Walmart, you're fucked. And a lot of these criminals, because Walmart's very convenient, buy it at Walmart. Pink Rose, my 23-year-old, will leave her purse in the car a lot because there isn't much in there. She needs at all times her cards and ID and phone case. So be very careful. Good. Thank you, Sassy.
Watch the news. They are alert and aware that this investigation and search for this missing woman is playing out, and it has now come literally to their doorsteps. So we'll continue to check with our sources, and we'll monitor this breaking story all day long. For now, live in East Germantown, this is Joe Holden, CBS News, Philadelphia. Jim?
Thank you, Joe. We know you'll stay on top of the story. Appreciate it.
We can keep you updated, and remember, a fresh update always on CBSPhiladelphia.com.
Thank you, Andrew. And as the effects of this nor'easter continue, we'll be here for you throughout the night, as Andrew just mentioned.
There we go for that. All right, now got some more updated stuff today. Family continues to search for 23-year-old Philly woman on Saturday. Yesterday, there was a lot of stuff happening in the last 48 hours. 1 second as this ad goes through. 154. Thank you so much, guys. Please hit that thumbs up button. It's free and it does more than you know. It truly does. It helps push it out into the algorithm. It says YouTube, tells YouTube, oh, yes, this video means something. Let's share it out. So please hit that up. We really appreciate it.
How we feel. It's been very sleepless nights. I can't even express how we feel. It's just been nonstop.
Nonstop worry and concern for the family and friends of Kada Scott. Desperate for answers, they canvassed the neighborhood where she was last seen 1 week ago, handing out flyers, trying to raise awareness around her disappearance and find any clues that might help them learn where she could be.
We're just trying to figure out more as much as we can.
Investigators tell us Scott went to work Saturday, October 4th for her overnight shift here at the Terrace at Chestnut Hill, a senior living facility. They say she didn't finish her shift. Her car was left behind. Calling this a troubling missing persons case, police say there's been no activity on her phone or social media accounts.
When I texted her and I didn't get a text back.
They don't know exactly what time she walked out, Linda. Her shift started at 10:15, and they say that she walked out shortly after. So I would say by 10:30. So it's someone obviously knew where she worked, knew she was just getting there, and got away to get her to exit that building. As long as it's not someone in the building, right?
It was definitely concerning.
On Friday, police spent hours searching through acres and acres of the Awbury Arboretum. They left without finding anything.
Someone has to know something, and maybe someone has seen something.
Scott's godmother told me that's why they were back here near her work, talking to people, handing out the flyers, grateful for strangers.
Yes, this is the
to help.
This is the where she worked.
We have no idea at all.
Strangers who showed up to help.
Right there.
We have no idea at all, like, where she is, where she could be, what could have happened. So it's just bringing us a lot of hope, and I do appreciate everyone's efforts. I love her. We love her. I just pray that she's safe.
It's not good. Not good, y'all. Okay. All right. So after the search, there is the when was this? This was I'll find that in a second. I was going to have the chief speak, but I'll find that one in a second.
efforts to find Kada Scott today. The 23-year-old went missing over the weekend while working an overnight shift. Police turned to the public for information surrounding her disappearance yesterday as family members are increasingly concerned about her well-being. Action News reporter Taronda Thomas live in the neighborhood this afternoon with more on the search today. Taronda.
O'Brien, you can't go too far here in Mount Airy without seeing a picture of Kada Scott. Her face is on posters and flyers that are posted up across this area. The 23-year-old was last seen at about 10 o'clock on Saturday night. Police have used canines, helicopters to search for her, and today her family began their own search. A desperate search for answers. Chopper 6 flying overhead as community members and loved ones of Kada Scott canvassed Mount Airy looking for information that could lead them to the missing 23-year-old.
It's been horrible. I just want my daughter to come home.
Her mother understandably worried after Scott did not return.
Oh, yes, they have. And it quit playing. Perfect.
Helicopters to search for her, and today her family began their own
Look at all the staples and look at all the staples.
search.
Oh
A
my
desperate
God.
search for answers. Chopper 6 flying overhead as community members and loved ones of Kada Scott canvassed Mount Airy looking for information that could lead them to the missing 23-year-old.
It generally is Roswell.
Horrible. I just want my daughter to come home.
Her mother understandably worried after Scott did not return home Sunday morning from her overnight shift at this assisted living facility, the Terrace at Chestnut Hill. Police say shortly after arriving at work Saturday night, she left and has not been heard from since. The facility where Scott works does not have surveillance cameras. Her car was found still parked at work with no activity on her phone or social media accounts.
She never came home. I was calling.
It is what it
straight to
is.
voicemail.
A cause for even more concern. Scott had reported being harassed just a few days before disappearing. Friends and family covering the area with flyers of Scott, who is a Penn State grad. Police say they have gotten some new tips that they're looking into now, hoping to find her.
Please, if you have children, just think of your children. I just need somebody just to help. Even if you don't think it wouldn't help, just
This is Mom.
anything will help at this point.
Kada Scott was last seen wearing black scrubs. She's about 5'6", thin build, around 120 pounds. If you have any information, contact Philadelphia Police. You can leave an anonymous tip by calling the tip line at 215-686-TIPS. In Mount Airy, Taronda Thomas, Channel 6 Action News. Sarah?
Yeah, hopefully they get some direction on this. Taronda, thank you.
All right. Today they did this. This is the latest.
Tonight in Philadelphia, family and friends desperate for answers. 23-year-old Kada Scott of East Mount Airy now missing for a week tonight. Loved ones coming together to bring her home, sending out prayers and spreading the word about her mysterious and sudden disappearance. Our Jennifer Lee in Chestnut Hill, where Kada worked and was last seen.
A group of Kada Scott's family and friends gathered outside the senior home where she worked, and the last place she was seen now 1 week ago. They spent hours searching for any sign of Kada.
I'm a parent. I want my kid home.
Family, friends, and even people who didn't know Kada Scott gathered at the Terrace at Chestnut Hill Senior Living to put up flyers of her picture and search the surrounding neighborhood. Saturday marking a full week since her disappearance.
Each day we get more and more desperate. We're trying to track down Kada.
Kada was last seen at the senior living facility during the evening of October 4th, where she reported for work. Police say her car was left in the parking lot, but there's no trace of her keys and cell phone or any activity on her social media.
This whole situation has been devastating for our family. We were all shocked to find out that she, has disappeared or pretty much vanished in the thin air.
On Friday, Philly police say evidence brought them to Awbury Arboretum, where hundreds of recruits thoroughly searched the grounds, but they say nothing notable was found. Police aren't sure if foul play is involved, but say it doesn't seem like Kada went missing on her own.
We don't know exactly what they're doing in terms of leads and information that's been found out, phone records, anything. We're not really privy to that information, so we don't know what's going on. All we know is that we have to do our part.
The 23-year-old is described as creative and ambitious. Her family says she was involved in modeling, beauty pageants, and started a beauty facial spa.
Kada wanted to be a
Oh,
star.
my kind of
Her
girl.
whole life has been nothing but wanting to be successful, wanting to be an entrepreneur. She always just wanted to be something very successful in life, and she started that at a young age.
We appreciate the community.
I'm going to show y'all something in a
outsiders
second.
and friends like that. Anybody that can help and get Kada back on, appreciate it. Thank you.
Hello,
You heard the
Catherine.
family's plea. If you have any information about where Kada might be, you can call
Good
police
question.
at 215-686-TIPS. They're also taking donations for a reward fund on GoFundMe. We'll have a link to that on fox29.com. In Chestnut Hill.
You would think, right, Debbie? Debbie says I would not put my loved one in a nursing home without cameras. Wonder if they got out. They would not know what direction they went. Right. Now, this is not so much of a, I want to make this clear. It's not so much of a nursing home. It's more of an assisted living. But regardless, like for insurance purposes, employees, what if employees was robbing the place or robbing people there? You know what I mean? Like cleaning. It just doesn't make sense. So, I was just looking, because I wanted to see how far it was that the area that they're looking in. Now, this is where she worked, right here. 495 East Abington Avenue, Philadelphia. May there inside but not outside. Well, I would think if there was, they would know probably what time she left. You know what I mean? That's what I would think. But you could be right. This is where she works, right here. It's like they own that place, but this is the actual facility. It's very, very nice. It's beautiful inside. Shown pictures. It is much, I mean, it's nice on the outside, but it's even really nicer on the inside. They can't have any cameras in there due to privacy. The state made where my daughter works to pull all the cameras in case someone comes out of their room naked. I'd rather show my ass than lose my ass. Tell you that any day of the week. And that goes for my loved ones too. That's just me. If privately owned, they probably were too. I don't know. All right. So look at this. Check this out. I wanted to see how far it was away. But I know, like in Florida, like cops can't record inside of a hotel room. Like if they go in, they have to redact everything. I did a FOIA one time, and that's how I know that. I did a FOIA, and this woman was like battering her mother, and I requested the body camera, and it was like nothing on the inside of there. Yeah. Oh, that was funny, Michelle. At the entrance, one outside, though. They didn't have any cameras on the outside either, this place. Some assistant living patients own a car and can leave the facility. Yeah. It just depends what level a facility it is. Some places, it's very much, they live normal lives pretty much. So they just kind of, take care of all the maintenance and stuff. Okay. I don't see any cameras that I'm aware of. But check this out. It is 3.6 miles away and about 11 minutes drive. Okay. And you can see if someone, this is where they started, right? Like if someone took her, this is where she worked, straight down, right? You're going to hang her right, and you can see this is all a park. All of this, all of the greenery. And so it's not clearly privacy. They're wanting privacy. Whether it was, if her clothes was found there, that's not a good thing. And it sounds like something bad went on. If you ever in camera, you have yeah, exactly, Cassie. We kept both parents out of a nursing home. Yeah, Donna, I said the same for my mama. I told her, I said, I would never send her to the nursing home unless she had like dementia, and she wouldn't know it anyways. But other than that, and she didn't have dementia, so I took care of her till the day she died. But yeah, clearly, I mean, look at this. Look at this area right here, right? Like, it's really like the only, it's the biggest, greenest patch in this area, right? Because it's 55 acres. I mean, look at the rest of it. I mean, this is freaking Philadelphia. Over here is a cemetery. I don't know what that is. Maybe like a track or something. But right here, I mean, this is... Oh, look here. It says road closed. I wonder if it's because of that. All right, let's go in here and see what we're looking at. Give me the damn street view. This is what... I mean, can you imagine coming here at night? It's going to be very dark, beautiful area, right? Beautiful area, but not good. Hold on, am I going the wrong way? Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Not good, right? Oh, so those were rocks. There's probably not hardly anybody back here, after 10 o'clock at night at all. Okay, this is the... I think this is the... Yeah, 55 acres. Trying to see where all this goes, though. Okay, this is dead end. So this is stable. So they would... God, where would they... Probably closer to the entrance, I would say, then. Or just park. Hold on, let's go back here. Let's see where this is. Okay, so there's a lot of different roads back here. Okay, there's this. And then let's look over here. This is another part of the. This seems more residential, though. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be something like this. Some places are fantastic and people like it there. They socialize more and join clubs. Do you think they would have gone so close to her work? If it's someone harassing her or an ex, most likely took her to their home or something, in my opinion. One of the streets, yeah, it looks like they do. Sure does. So if you go like, let me see here. I think it. Let's see here. They had this closed off. I think it was this one. No. Oh, there's another park right there. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, they had it's not showing me now, but earlier it said Chew Avenue closed. So that's interesting. It really is. Huh. Yeah, I mean, this is. How do I make it smaller? Okay. Yeah, this is. You could park. They could pull over anywhere here, probably. Look at these trails. They did find some articles of clothing. They haven't confirmed it's hers, but I can say that they certainly stayed there. Searched there quite a long time. I don't know what led them to that area. I mean, there's a lot of cameras in Philadelphia, a lot of traffic cameras, that kind of thing. So I would assume it's something like that. Maybe it's a suspect's phone. I don't know. Said I am doing the staff a big service by not letting my mom go to the home because she can be a big sassle. She knows how to be mean when she feels the urge. You're funny. Hey, Sandwich. She had to know the person to go outside. Well, I don't know if she had to know the person. Like I was saying earlier, like you could call someone and be like, "Hi, this is the hospital calling. There's an accident. Please come to the hospital." And you step out the door and you're gone. Someone throws you right in the car. Or you go to your car, get ready. What was that? There was her name's Jody. She was a TV anchor. And she was going to work very, very early in the morning. And she had her keys in, to unlock her car. This was like in the 80s. And someone snatched her. She's never been found since. We think we know who did it. He just recently died. But it's a very popular case. Oh yeah, I remember that story. Yeah. Her name's Jody something. I can't remember her last name. I can't remember. I really can't. It's a very, very popular case. Remember the exercise lady at a church earlier? Exercise lady at the church? I'm thinking of church lady from Saturday Night Live. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, from Texas. Yeah. Yeah, Missy Beavers, yeah. They wanted to get rid of her Midwest accent for TV. Well, when you work any type of news, you know why they all sound like this? They do the what is it? The I always say something Atlantic accent. Not mid-Atlantic. Something Atlantic accent. That way, no matter where you go, doesn't matter if it's New York or Louisiana or California or Mississippi. Yes, transatlantic accent. That's why all news anchors talk like this. You're welcome. The more you know. She went missing back in 1985. Was it 95? I thought it was. There we go. That's it. There you go, Catherine. Yes. Yes. A few years ago here in Virginia, there was a cameraman and a reporter rather, who was out on a live shot, and they were live, and a disgruntled employee came after a long period of time of being fired there, and he pew-pewed both of them live news television. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. He drove a long ways. I remember her and the cameraman Bruce. Yeah. Yeah. It was bad. So bad. He was mad because he wasn't promoted or something. I don't know. He was really like a jerk. And something was just wrong with him. Didn't her older male coworker buy her a car? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe. I can't remember. The one that drove a long distance on diapers. I don't know. That sounds like me. I hate getting out. I hate getting out of the car in trips. I hate making multiple trips. Some people like to, let's just stop and see this and that. I'm not as bad as I used to be. But I don't want to stop every 30 minutes or an hour. I don't want to do that. So I've got a case you may want to look at. I may be going. Oh, really? Kiki? Text it to me, babe. Depends, yeah. Listen, we'll all be in Depends soon enough. Right? We'll all be in Depends soon enough. I don't want to wear them. All right. Oh, I forgot to show y'all this. Hold on. This is important. This is someone that commented earlier. And she said, I saw a comment from someone who worked there. He says he quit because someone kept following him on his way to work at night when walking. I encourage him to call and share with proper authorities. I hope he does. Now, again, if that is the case, please call and say what you know. Only stop to get gas and do everything then. Hi, Bobby. Justin, I'm off subject, but I'm in Ohio, and a man ran into Sun-Night Mass screaming, God bless Charlie Kirk. They all thought they were he didn't have a pew-pew, though. Justin, you sound like my husband. I don't like to stop all the time. Like, let's get there. Come on. Bobby, they didn't hopefully they didn't hurt anybody, did they? You know that they said the Gardeners was an hour walk. You know they said that Gardens was an hour walk. Maybe she forced her to walk. No, it was only 3 miles away. And there would have been a ton of cameras. Ton of cameras. Okay, babe. Thank you. Our area actually shut. Okay, 1 second. But oh, good. Okay. Here we go. This is let me put Shanarita's link in here for a second. Here we go. Link will be provided in the description. Here. This is interesting. This is an actual video of our beautiful gal here. Bear with me, guys. Okay, here we go. Wrong one. I almost came live back on Jack and Lily earlier. Oh my gosh. We got to go over some stuff tomorrow, y'all. All right, credit is linked in the description. as well as chat.
But I don't want to call it Uber. I've been calling Ubers for the past week, handling business. So I have to be financially responsible. Pretty much just going outside to look pretty.
There's been no activity on her phone or social media accounts.
Like when I texted her and I didn't get a text back.
At work one moment and gone the next. They also say she was being harassed over the phone by a stranger.
Is there fear that somebody got obsessed with her and fell in love with her and found out where she worked and everything and maybe went and grabbed her?
It's a possibility.
Authorities will not confirm, but what authority?
What made you more comfortable? Like you
here's the interview.
So listen to this.
Like you was nervous and all that, right? So like, what you do to like break out of that habit? Like, so you, I mean, like you.
Beautiful girl.
You know, like you gonna still feel adrenaline when you making content, but like, what made you more comfortable? Like as you started to progress with it.
Okay, so if I'm getting honest, I like to listen to rap as well. So besides R&B, I listen to rap, and I feel like rap really gives me that confidence to just be like, you know what, I'm really like that. Like certain artists, like for example, G Herbo. I listen to G Herbo. I'm not gonna lie.
My favorite. That's my favorite rapper.
They not like
So,
that.
and I just feel like her be talking his ish, you know what I mean? And I feel like he's from Chicago, and Philly, they are relatable when it comes to, you know, gun violence and stuff like that. So a lot of people who are from Philly and Chicago, we have this mindset of like, we just gotta go get it. We done lost people, etc. And he definitely is like an artist that I listen to just boost my energy and my confidence because like he's cocky. And yeah, when I listen to that, I get in my bag, I take all of, you know, my products out, I listen to him or, you know, other artists as well. I put my headphones in and I like my music super loud. I like to tune out and just really remember who I am, honestly.
Absolutely.
And that's what helps me.
Come home and be safe. That's what I feel, that she's not safe. And
Kim
that's the
Matthews has been unable.
Yeah, very beautiful girl. Y'all make sure you check all of this video out.
Hear from her family, but before we get into that, I'll play a snippet from the interview and stuff like that.
So honestly, as far as modeling, I was in my first music video at 18. So basically I wanted to model, whatever. I always grew up watching America's Next Top Model and stuff like that. And I think that show is off now because of all of the controversy and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let me just still try to model and do it my own way. I never had a manager or anything like that. So the one photo shoot I did do, I paid for out of pocket. I just looked up a Philly photographer. I went to her studio. I wore something plain, not revealing at all. And I got my makeup done, my hair done. And that was the start of my portfolio. And the backtrack on the music video, I reached out to somebody because on his story, he was just like, he needed somebody, you know, to be in the video. So I was just the only female. And we went down, I think it was Kelly Drive. It was a nice little, it was like a cute little love song. It was cute, but I was 18. I had a dress on. I was chilling. And then I came up to Penn State. And mind you, I only had one photo shoot. So I came up to Penn State and the main campus, I did.
And remember, like, this girl, she's like working, trying to pay her debt down. Only, you know, it takes a special person to work with elderly kids, you know, any special needs, right? So yeah, whispering, it's wild. It's me to be more cautious of mine. Can never be too cautious. No, he was just someone living in Chicago, but you must be talking about some meals. The particular job, to be honest, there could be residents with memory issues. I don't see, Linda, this place, I don't think there was any memory of any sort. I really don't. Check this out. I forgot to show y'all this. This is someone at the search. Let me
very unfortunate situation coming out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A young lady who's 23. Her name is Kada Scott.
Okay, I thought this was someone with the search. I apologize for that. This is what I wanted to show you. The new this was just a few hours ago. Ooh.
Family, friends, and even people who didn't know,
has disappeared or pretty much
beauty. You heard the family's plea. If you
I think we saw that. The director. 1 second. What is this? Someone sent me a review. I'll read out. That's a really long review. I'll read that in just a little bit. I'll read that in just a little bit. Okay. I had one where the I don't know if it's the sheriff spoke, but it was a new one. And I wanted to hear what he had to say. But I don't know if I got it. Now, this is her I think it's her brother? No. I mean, how can they get out? How could... There's so many cameras in Philadelphia. And you're just going to have to find to get to where they were searching that 55 acres. They had to be looking at a camera. Had to be. So they've got to know more. And they're probably just waiting for the okay, this was it. Here it is.
For 23-year-old Kada Scott. She's been missing since Saturday night when she was working an overnight shift. Authorities are concerned for her well-being. Action News reporter Becca Hendrickson is live.
Joe, someone said you should go over Justin's in that chat earlier. I was like, I was watching and I wasn't commenting or anything like that. When they typed that, I said, "Hey girl, how you doing?" She never said nothing back. No, baby. You say it in the chat room. You just go ahead and say it now. How you doing? Never said nothing back. I never thought she would have been like that. Nah, I mean, what are you talking about, Joe? Joe, have you fed your guinea pigs? And all right, Kiki, baby. Well, I mean, she comes in here, well, sometimes she comes in here, and I was just like, maybe she's having an off day. Maybe she was just in her feelings. I don't know. But I was just like, hi, what's up? Shadow says, I don't understand why they said no cameras, my ass. What do you mean, Shadow? Tell me. I missed you. I purposely went to Dr. Vanna's page so I didn't have to read. Cassie, well, we're going to be reviewing that tomorrow. I need to correct something, though, that I did make a mistake on earlier. I said Daniel was calling her and she blocked. It's the other way around. Which I think they were calling each other and blocking each other back and forth. But I'm going to say because I think I got it wrong, that she was actually calling Daniel. I think they do that just to, it's very toxic, those two. Daniel and that girl, they're very toxic. They're both very wounded people. And I've got a lot more to say tomorrow. Oh, by the way, DT definitely doesn't believe Daniel is innocent. Did I say that, Joe? I didn't say that. Just an FYI. And what do you mean by innocent? Do you mean doesn't think he has any involvement in Jack and Lily? Any relationship Daniel's in is going to be a shit show. Period. And I'll be honest with you, I think it takes a wounded person to stay with someone 3 years. Yes. Yeah, butterflies. Yeah. So there's that. Michelle, but where's the entrance cameras to the park? Don't get it. What did Michelle say? Yep, 55 acres. Yeah, they did the grid search. And they did find some articles of clothing. Good night, Kiki. Where's Baby Kisses going to bed? Which one? Okay, good night, Kiki. I love Dr. Vanna, though. I love her. They did use dogs on it. Yes, they did. They did. Joe. You rang, honey. I asked you a question. You said something, and I was like, well, who said that? I don't know if someone said it in chat, or are you projecting? He's probably feeding his guinea pigs, or I don't know, sticking his finger in a light socket for all I know. Joe. Oh, goodness. I wish she talked more, Dr. Vanna. Yeah, I think, I don't see how anyone... Okay. Well, the one thing that confused me during his live is he said, he says that they've been cleared. And then he says, then he said, which I immensely respect DT. I just completely disagree with him on this case. But he said, they've been cleared. And then he says, I'm not sure if I fully believe him or not. There was some staff members that seen her just after she had clocked in and worked a few minutes and then gone. So I think it's everyone's free to believe what they want, but when it comes to Daniel, which is not this case we're talking about right now, Joe has like 6 or 7. He sends me pictures of his little guinea pigs sometimes. They're very cute. 10? God, Joe. I don't know how you believe really any of it at this point, because he said everything. That's the thing I don't understand. Like, does people not look at his text messages versus his interviews versus what he has said in the documents versus what he said in chat? And they are completely different. And now, I probably should quit. I don't want to get them mixed up, but and now they're saying Jack got out of his house when he was 2 years old. Well, that's funny because in the beginning, they said they had never wandered off. None. Never wandered off. We always watched them. I think the staff called the mother the next morning, or maybe the mother called the work when she didn't show up at home from her shift. But there's no cameras or anything. Faye, I did a live few days ago when she first went missing. It's got a lot of the details, where she lives, all of that. This is more just like an update. Was she living at home? I think so. I think she was living at home, but she left home. We know that. She made it to work. We know that she clocked in. We know that people saw her in the work. And by, she had been getting these strange calls. And she told some friends. Oh, gotcha, Joe. I think he makes a lot of excuses, though, Joe. I think he makes a lot of excuses. No, Bobby, and they're looking in this 55-acre, like, natural botanical area, protected area, and they did find items of interest, but they don't say it's hers. Nope, haven't. They have used cadaver dogs. They did grid searches, drones, fixed-wing aircrafts. What did Dream say? Well, in my opinion, those kids didn't wander off. No way. No. Nope. No. Who worked her shift if she left? Don't know. They never said. But I would be more, if we're talking employees, I would want to know who was off that day, because she had only worked there 2 weeks. Right. You would think butterflies. right? You would think that. Well, I just think Daniel is, does he got good qualities? I'm sure he does, of course. But there's just too much. It's not one inconsistency. It is the whole kit and caboodle. Did a guest, I think the name was on Crime Exchange, say MBM had a baby before Lily was taken, Wade's daughter. No, Malaya didn't have any other kids. No. No. Oh, Zooey, there's a lot of them. Well, not a lot of creators. There's only one creator that I'm aware of. But there are people that fully support. Not a lot, but Daniel and Junkyard Janeth. I can't. I just can't. I really, really try, but those kids were just treated horrible. You don't get a lot of black eyes. I just can't. There's just not a fucking chance in hell. Was she on break? She just got there, Leslie. I just think there's a lot of excuses, Cassie, to be honest with you. Well, I was going to go live again about Jack and Lily. I was like, I'm going live again. But I was like, no, I've got to do Kada's. I do too, guys. Sandwich, I thought that was weird as well. Like, it seemed like nobody missed her at the work. You know, I don't know if they work like she works away. You know, some people work in a laundry room, and I mean, I don't know what she did or anything, but you know, some people work in a laundry room and they don't see anybody. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say they weren't concerned or anything. They just didn't notice for some hours. You know what I mean? Third shift is quiet. Yeah. I worked one job from 11 p.m. to 7 or 8 a.m. And it's probably the worst job I ever had. I just say he's pissing on Daniel's leg. He knows Daniel is unstable and a blabber. I thought that, Joe, but I don't know if I think that now. I don't think so. Guys, it is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to get up early. And I got to be up in 3 hours. God. Have mercy. I love you all. You guys are amazing, amazing human beings. Who's that, Sassy? Need to dig into that one case. The mom who left her phone behind and called 911 for help. Thank you, Sandwich. Oh, butterflies. What's wrong with us? Oh. Thank you, P Girl. Boo. Sassy. My late nighters are here. Yeah, something's very weird. Of course, Beach Bum. Oh my God, Beach Bum. No, I haven't. I am such a failure. I'm so sorry. If you came on in an hour, we'd be here. Oh, you're sweetsies. Yeah, I gotta go tear down my face. You never go to bed in your makeup, no matter how tired you are. Take off your makeup. Put a little moisturizer on the face. Okay. Yeah. Love you guys. God bless each and every one of you. I truly mean that. God bless you.